Cloud Capitalism, How Digital Stacks Became the New Monetary Empires. Flint West reporting, they told you empires were forged in gold, then they told you empires were printed in dollars. But here's the truth in 2025. Empires are built on stacks. Whoever owns the stack owns the rails. Whoever owns the rails owns the money. And whoever owns the money owns the game. China figured this out early. It built a vertically integrated system where citizens don't simply log on. They pass through state-controlled apps, state rails, and a state currency. The ECNY sits at the center, welded to WeChat Pay and Alipay, wrapped in digital ID and ring-fenced by firewalls. That's sovereignty by design. Russia is doing it the blunt way. Starting this year, every device sold in the country will come preloaded with the Max Messenger, backed by the state. Alongside it, Rustore is now the domestic app gatekeeper. First, you trap the messaging. Then you trap the payments. Then you trap the people. Once the chat is the choke point, the money follows. Europe prefers a velvet rope. Under eIDAS 2.0, every citizen will soon carry an EU digital identity wallet. France is pushing its France Identité app. Germany ties IDs to Ausweis app. And Belgium's It's Me already covers 80% of adults. Its identity as the new passport to payments and services. Access is framed as convenience, but the rope is real. And across the channel, the UK has its own paradox. The Identity Documents Act of 2010 demolished the last attempt at a national ID card. That legal wreckage still blocks a new one. Any digital ID revival has to climb over that barrier. And when the current government floated mandatory digital IDs, it was met with a firestorm. Over 1 million signatures, headlines about civil liberties, and warnings of a giant hacking honeypot. Britain still resists the velvet rope, for now. Meanwhile, the US is playing a different hand. Washington banned itself from even trying a CBDC. Trump signed the executive order. Congress is sharpening bills to make it permanent. That sounds like retreat, but it isn't. It's confidence. The US doesn't need a state CBDC. It's got private rails, Visa, PayPal, Stripe, Coinbase, Circle. It's got decentralized networks that default to USD stablecoins for trading, saving, and lending. Even in DeFi, the dollar is the unit of account. That's passive hegemony. The US can outlaw a CBDC because it doesn't need one. The stack is already doing the work. Everywhere else, CBDCs are multiplying like weeds. China reports trillions in ECNY transactions. India's e-rupee pilot is swelling. Brazil pivots Drex away from blockchain, but keeps the program alive. Nigeria's e-Naira limps along while citizens prefer Tether. Argentina's middle class is saving in stablecoin dollars as fast as the peso burns. This is the story, CBDCs as a desperate defense against dollarization, but the cracks keep showing. When trust is weak, the stablecoin USD seeps through. So here we are, 4 models, 1 race, China's wall, Russia's firewall, Europe's velvet rope, America's open stack. And in the developing world, no stack, no choice. You borrow someone else's rails, and most of the time, that means borrowing the dollar. Flint West signing off. The empire isn't printed anymore. It isn't pegged to gold anymore. The empire is coded. The stack is the sovereign, the rails are the regime, and the dollar is the default. If you're not building your own cloud capital stack, you're already living in someone else's empire.